Hi, welcome to Your Cheapest Accessory. I'm Beth Jones, and today we're going to do this look, which is the Heidi Braid look. The version I do is a little more soft and angelic, with your braids wrapping up low from the nape of your neck all the way around. What I love about the Heidi Braids is you can wear this with so many different looks. I love it, of course, running around town just in an outfit that's super casual. You've got your jeans, penny loafers, and a cardigan on. It's a nice little accessory to that outfit. But what I really love to do is throw this into a fancy night out on the town. If you've got a great dress on and then you accessorize and finish off your look with the Heidi Braids, an unexpected look that gives a little flair, a little fun, and a little flirt. So let's get started with the Heidi Braid look. Okay, we're gonna get started with the Heidi Braids. First, what you wanna do is decide if you're going to have a middle part or a side part. I'm going to start with the side part just because I do think it gives a little bit of a softer look, and then you can kind of play with a few strands of your hair to kind of soften the look and give it a feminine touch. So go ahead and take your comb and decide where that part is gonna be. And for me, that's just gonna be a slight side part, not too extreme, just enough to soften the look a little bit. So I've parted my hair off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and part the back. I'm going to part it down the back here to work with the two braids. So start with your comb from where your part is and just drag it down between the hair and split it in two. Okay, so I parted my hair on top and all the way through the back, and what I'm going to do is just tie off the hair so that I can start working with one side and not get caught up in the other side. So when you're gonna start the braid, what you want to think about is having a soft, feminine Heidi Braid look. If you start your braids really high up on the hair here and make it tight, it's gonna look really extreme when you wrap it around, and it's gonna look a little bit more like a costume, less feminine and flirty. So what you want to do is start your braid low and kind of have it coming from this part of your hair so that you wrap the braid from here up and around, and it'll just have a softer look to it. Start it low and close to the nape of your neck. So you're going to put it into 3 sections, and you're going to work with that first strand that's closest to the nape just to kind of set the tone for the braid. Go ahead and braid the hair. Keep it tight enough that the braid doesn't fall out, but loose enough that it has a softness. I like to braid it all the way to pretty much the end, as far as I can go, because you're going to pin that braid and you don't want a bunch of stray hairs flying around everywhere. Tie off your braid just to secure it so that you can work with it later, and then go ahead and start the braid for that one. Again, starting low and close to the nape of the neck here. Put it into 3 sections and start with the one closest to the nape to begin the braid, and then go ahead and braid the 3 pieces. Okay, and then just keep braiding all the way to the end. And I'm going to tie that one off just enough to hold it in place. Okay, so you have your 2 braids. They're both low and at the nape of the neck. Now what you're going to do is just loosen it up a little bit here at the very top of the braids. And I'm going to go ahead and take out the rubber band that's holding this in place. Hold on to it tightly here at the end. And what you're going to do to form the Heidi Braids is actually place your finger right here by your ear and flip your hair up over your finger, and then decide where you want that braid to be. I like a little bit of hair showing, and then bring it right up across as far as it will go. What I'm going to do to secure the braid is come up about here where the braid has a little bit of volume, and I'm going to stick the bobby pin from the scalp and into the braid. Then with another one, I'm going to come from the other side, but in a very similar spot, and stick it into the braid. So that's already pretty secure. It's not going to fall out. With just 2 pins, it is secure enough to leave there. What I'm going to do is bring the other braid up so that I can use the pins and pin the 2 braids together. It makes it a lot easier to work with from there. Go ahead and take the rubber band out of this braid. Okay, you're going to do the same thing as you did before. Put your finger here. That just helps flip up the braid in the right direction, and then decide, do you want it to be in front or behind this braid? And I think I'm going to bring it behind the braid. Then what I'm going to do is secure this braid the same way I did the other one. So I'm going to pin up into the braid from one side of it, and then I'm going to come with another pin and pin up into the braid from the other side. And that's secure as well. Now I'm going to finish pinning just to make sure that I don't have hair sticking out like I have here at the end. So what you want to do is tuck those stray hairs into the other braid, pin them into the braid in front of it. Just feel where you feel there's loose hairs and pin into the hair and into the braid. One final step I like to do just before finishing it off is I don't really like the way the braid sticks out here by the ears, so what I do is I take this braid and kind of push it up into the head, and then I use a bobby pin to secure it. So I take the bobby pin and I go in with a little piece of hair, and then I go down into the braid. And again, I do the same thing over here. So with that, I take the hair and I flip it up and just kind of figure out where I want that to be, and then I grab a little bit of hair here and then pin it down into the scalp. That final step just helps to secure it here and also just gives it more of an angelic, soft look. So finally, to finish it off, what I like to do is just pull out a few loose hairs just to kind of soften it up as usual. And even in the back, maybe soften it up a little bit. So just keep softening it, maybe even here at the scalp, scrunch it up a little bit, just pulling the hair up slightly to kind of give a little volume, a little softness, kind of almost as if you've slept in this look and it has a nice little bed head look to it. Of course, the final step is to give it a little bit of a spray. Let me show you what it looks like from all the different angles. And there you go. You've completed the Heidi braid look. I hope you like it. Of course, try it at home and join us next time for your cheapest accessory.